Mr. President, whether you live in a high-rise in Center City, Philadelphia, or you live on a 1,000-plus acre farm in Forest County, there's never been a more important time to pass telemedicine legislation than now. And I want to thank the good gentleman from Beaver County for his intrepid, steadfast advocacy of this legislation. COVID-19, it has inextricably changed the way we do so many things here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the way we conduct business, if you can still conduct business, the way we educate, and the way that we deliver health care. And I want to share some numbers with you all to illustrate why this legislation is so incredibly essential. I reached out to the local healthcare folks in York County, and they shared with me their numbers. And I said to them, what is this looking like to you? I think it's really important that we make data-driven decisions. So the healthcare organization that provides the majority of healthcare in York County also provides healthcare in Adams and Lebanon and Lancaster County. And in all of 2019, that healthcare organization completed 1,900 video visits providing telehealth to patients in those 4 counties. In April of 2020, on average, they are completing 1,900 video visits per day. 2019, 1,900 visits in a year. April of 2020, 1,900 video visits per day. I think that says an incredible amount about the essential nature of this legislation. So in the 4 weeks prior to that date in March when we were essentially shut down, this organization completed 47 video visits. In the 4 weeks after we were shut down, they completed 33,014 video visits. Prior to the shutdown, 6 practices participated in video visits. After the shutdown, 238 practices participate in video visits. Prior to the shutdown, 12 providers completed those video visits. After that, 870 providers completed video visits. Prior to the shutdown, 0.4 outpatient visits were completed remotely. After, 47.2% of those visits were completed remotely. Many other people who have spoken today have spoken on the essential nature of this, why healthcare professionals need this, why the hospitals need this, why Pennsylvanians need this. Helping our healthcare professionals, helping our hospitals, and assuring that our constituents, the people of Pennsylvania, receive the essential healthcare that they need is now more important than ever. Now, we can have a conversation about which medications are on the REMS list from the FDA and which aren't. I took a cursory look. Things like thalidomide that cause significant birth defects, antipsychotics that have tremendous side effects. I'm not a doctor, but the doctors at the FDA believe that these are dangerous medications. I don't have a problem with this. What I do have a problem with is people not being able to receive the essential health care that they need. And in my district and across this Commonwealth, lack of telemedicine services is going to dramatically impact the lack of access to medical care. Now, my understanding is that CMS expanded the benefit as a temporary measure under the 1135 Waiver Authority and Coronavirus Preparedness and Response Supplemental Appropriations Act. The reality is that all Americans and all Pennsylvanians particularly those who are at high risk of complications from the virus that causes the disease COVID-19, need to have telemedicine services. They are easy to use, they are accessible, they have great benefit, and I recognize that we still have some challenges in closing the digital divide. I think we're going to make great progress there. And so, again, I will say, whether you live in a high-rise in Center City, Philadelphia, or you live on a 1,000-acre farm out in Forest County, now is the time to pass this legislation. Thank you, Mr. President.